Let's see if now we're going. Okay, looks like we might be starting to stream. Sorry about that. I had a couple of hiccups there on the tech side. I'm just getting a few things sorted out here, and then we will begin today's drawing. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just going to share this link out to a couple of places real quick. So if you are just tuning in and you wouldn't mind doing the same, go ahead and share that as well. Just hit send with the mouse. Okay, is that? All right, we're almost there, I promise. Okay, let me go ahead and switch over. And we'll adjust this up a little bit here. Welcome. Thanks for everyone for joining. My iPhone is acting up though. All right, give me one more second while I try to fix my drawing table view here. Let's try one of the other views. Just when you think you have it all figured out, something else comes in to play. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add another iOS camera. I'll call it iPhone 4. Well, match the source. It's the excitement of live internet broadcast. Let me switch over to the... So the issue I'm having right now is I'm using my iPhone as the overhead shot, and for some reason it is deciding to not want to show my drawing table right now. Wait a minute, here we go. I think we got it. I think we got it. I hope. Okay, we're doing it. Let's go ahead and just fix this view on each of these. drag that down into my scenes area, fix it on this view too. Not exactly what you all signed up for, is it? But we're getting there. Appreciate you all hanging around for a second while we try to work out the bugs on this thing. So I found this cool way to add an iOS camera to my OBS stream, and it works fairly well. It uses the OBS camera app on the iPhone. But what I've noticed, and today's just did it again, is each time I create a new stream, it's almost like I've got to create a new iOS camera. Like it doesn't retain the old one for some reason. And if all right, I think we're there. Are we there? I think we're there. Lost Guy says hi. Hi, Lost Guy. How are you? And that's a good test. Let me see if my chat is showing up here. It is, and it is super small, so that'll be fun to try to keep an eye on. We're still working out the bugs on some of this live stuff. But anyhow, that's not what you're here for. You're here to kind of draw. So what I'm going to do today is I've got the drawing table set up. I'm going to draw for about maybe an hour or so. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to work on my 6 fan arts challenges a little bit. By the way, can everybody hear me talking? My mics look like they're all working. If you can hear me, give me a quick thumbs up or reaction or something in the comments here to make sure that I'm not just talking to nobody. I did a stream once and then realized halfway through that my audio was not actually recording. And it looks like, let me see, my iPhone might also be picking up audio. So let me turn that one off. I'm going to turn my desktop audio off, so now it should just be my mic that I have. So hopefully that is, hopefully that's working out. All right, let's get to drawing. So for my 6 fan art challenge, let me pull up my spreadsheet back here so I can remember who I had. Well, I remember a couple of them. So I had a couple that had gotten selected through the random number generator, which I'm going to try to work on now. Somebody had said Doctor, any of them. I'm assuming they mean a Doctor Who. I was going to be really snarky and put like Dr. McCoy or something out there, but I figured I think I know what they're talking about, so I'm going to pick a Doctor Who. And then also Voltron. Voltron got selected through the random number generator, so I'm going to try to do a couple of those today, at least pencils, inks. We'll see how far I get. And then we'll go from there. I'm going to check my Zoom app out real quick and see if let's see, Marcus and I were going to try to stay connected through that app, but I'm not sure if that's working. Let me just check a quick peek and see if his channel is up and running. Yeah, it looks like Marcus is live now too. So the purpose of today's drawings were basically, this would have been Free Comic Book Day, as many of you probably know. The first Saturday in May is typically traditionally Free Comic Book Day, where you can go to shops. Publishers have a whole bunch of free books to pass out, that kind of a thing. Shops have different specials and deals, and they have like mini events. Some will do signings and things like that. This year, though, of course, you don't need to know why. I mean, you all know why already. No need to explain that again. But it's been postponed until, I believe they said on their website, later in summer. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully we will still get our Free Comic Day this year, because it is always a fun event. The past couple of years, I've gotten the opportunity to set up in different shops and do some drawing and show off some of my own work, that kind of a thing, and that's been a lot of fun. So Marcus and I are doing some drawing right now live to kind of sort of pretend we're in a little artist alley again. And then hopefully later on this summer, you'll see the real thing at a comic shop near you. I also want to say it wouldn't be Free Comic Book Day though, even though it isn't Free Comic Book Day, it's still quasi Free Comic Book Day, and it wouldn't be the same without freebies. Speaking of, so stay tuned. Once I get a little further into the drawing, I will make note of a few things that I have for you today. If you're on my email newsletter, you probably just saw that if you got the blast that just went out, and or if you stick around, there'll be posts throughout the day on social media that also mention these things. But I will, I'll point out a few of those things in a little bit. So I'm starting by doing some rough sketches on one of the doctors. I will admit I am not as fluent in Doctor Who as I probably should be, so I'm not even going to attempt to discuss Doctor Who. But when I did a Google search, I know that I do know there's a lot of different doctors. So when I did a Google search for that, I don't know. I landed on her because I thought she would be an interesting character to draw. There's probably some people out there who are really upset at me that I'm not as into Doctor Who as some others. And for whatever reason, that's just one of those things that didn't land with me. I don't know. Not that I'm against it. I just never fell into that circle, I guess. But this one looked like she'd be a fun character to draw today. So I'm going to sketch her out on a sheet of Bristol board and then do some inks, maybe put in a little bit of color, and we'll go from there. And then I'll also work on Voltron if I have time. And occasionally I'll take a look up at the comments and see who's out there. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts throughout this, feel free to put them in the comments. I may not see them until such time as I'm able to break away and look at those. But in fact, let me switch over to my drawing board view. So now you can see how I did a little rough sketching this morning prior to the stream. And now that's what I'm basing that one off of. Oh, cool, thanks. Loud and clear. Thank you. That was really embarrassing about a week ago when I was testing out some live streams, and wouldn't you know, I went through a whole tutorial. I went through this whole process of showing how I draw my cartoon manatees, and then when I was just about to wrap it up, when I was finished, and I thought, okay, that will do it for today, I noticed that my mic levels were flat. They were not moving, they were not doing anything, and wouldn't you know, I had all my mics in OBS turned off. Technology. I'm just curious if I can activate this or not. Yes. Okay. Check, check. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I want to test with. Okay. Let's see if I can. Are you there? Sorry. If you just heard that, I am trying to connect to Zoom now. Oh, there. Hey, Marcus, are you there? I'm not hearing you. I don't know if you're hearing me. Is my video going? Aha, my video is not working on Instagram. Or, so I'm trying to connect to Zoom right now so that I could chat with Marcus as we work on stuff, but I'm getting some issues and I'm not sure if maybe Zoom is not, maybe because there's so much other stuff happening on my computer at the moment. I'm not sure if it's not even showing my camera. Okay, I'm gonna probably duck out of Zoom. We're just gonna go back to the drawing here. So, Marcus, not sure if you're on. I know you're doing your own drawing. My Zoom is not connecting right while I'm running everything else here. So, I am just gonna hop back into OBS, do some drawing, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So if you know Marcus, he's doing a stream over on his channel as well. So you can bounce between the both of our drawing sessions if you like. Otherwise, we'll just draw. So what we were hoping to do is we were hoping to have almost like a little mini con artist alley type session where we could chat back and forth with each other and while drawing on our respective pieces on our respective channels. My end, at least, there's some technical issues. It looks like I could see Marcus, but my camera wasn't connecting to it, and I wasn't hearing his audio for some reason. So we might revisit that. We'll have to see once we get done here and figure out if there's a way that we can make that work for the future. But for now, I'm going to just keep working on this character here. Let me... Hey, Marcus. Yeah, I saw that. I could see you too. For whatever reason, I wasn't. Well, my camera said it wasn't connecting in Zoom, and I wasn't hearing your audio in Zoom. So, we can revisit that and try to test that out for a future stream. Fortunately, it just wasn't. Something wasn't connecting on my end with everything else that was going on. I guess. I don't know. I'm not that tech savvy. I know enough to be dangerous, but that's about the extent of what I bring to the table in that arena. So I mentioned earlier I'm using the OBS camera app on my iPhone, which has been working out pretty well. But another issue I've got to test that I tried on one of my first streams was you can change the zoom level. You know, you can zoom in and out of drawings from the phone using the app. But in the process of a live stream, something in that process got a little wonky, at least for me. And once I did that, the whole iPhone froze, and there was nothing refreshed after that. And so, unfortunately, once I did that, there was no live drawing from the drawing board. So I'm going to just stick to this one wider view for now, and that'll be something else that I've got notes on to look into. So if you have any experience using your iPhone with OBS and with that app in particular, if there's any thoughts, anything that you can offer, please post them down in the comments. Appreciate it. And thanks. Oh, thanks, Marcus. Appreciate that. I tend to do a lot of my work traditionally at first. And actually, for the 6 fan art series, I've been doing the color also right on here, which is something I don't normally do. Normally, I typically will do coloring and digitally, but I've been trying to use up some of my markers and watercolor pencils and things a little more. So this has been a good exercise for those. Again, thank you for everybody who's tuning in right now. Appreciate you taking a few minutes today to kind of hang out while we do a little drawing. Hope everybody is doing well and staying sane out there and staying healthy and all that stuff. I'm gonna all right. Plugging away, plugging away. Getting about 20 minutes or so into this, so for the purpose of this session, it may just end up being Doctor Who that I draw, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to hop on to Instagram live later this afternoon. Exact time to be determined, and so maybe. Well, we might have another idea for that one, but if not, maybe I'll work on Voltron a little bit there. So make sure you follow me over on Instagram. Let me pop up my social links again. There we are. So there's all my social links down in the corner. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to be notified when that goes live later on today. Sounds like it could be maybe 3 o'clock or later if we can make it work out. Hopefully we can make it work out. But and then you'll see my other social links there. Make sure you follow me in different places. I will have, if you didn't get the email newsletter this morning, I will have some updates there about different things that I have going on today. And in fact, let me go ahead and show a couple of things real quick. So one of the things that I have currently available for free over on my Patreon page are these line art drawings. These are from last year's comics, the web comics that I was doing throughout 2019 with the different Lagoon Tunes characters. These were previously a Patreon exclusive, but once everything started the way it was starting a couple months back, I went ahead and switched all of these to be free downloads in case anyone would like to utilize them for their own projects, their kids' projects, that kind of a thing. You can go to my Patreon right now, and there's a post at the top of my Patreon feed with more information about this and links to some of those drawings that you can download. So that's one of the freebies that I'm offering today, although not just today. That one's been going on for a little bit now, but just wanted to let you know that was still out there and it's still a thing. The other thing is if you go to my website, ChristopherArnoldDesigns.com, go to /shop, my online shop there, and I have, there's a free ebook available for download, which is basically a collection of my drawings and the story and everything that came along during an Inktober project, 2018's project, I believe. That was, if you followed along with any of my social at the time, that was the Inktober adventure where Nora and her basset hound Missy ended up in this whole other crazy world when they slipped through a portal made of ink. So that's over on my website, ChristopherArnoldDesigns.com/shop, and you can find that there free to download if you would like to. All right, so we're going to come back up to the drawing board here. Take a peek over at Marcus's drawing here. He's doing, I believe, some digital illustration today. He's also working on, well, I think he's taking requests. Right, Marcus? So he's doing some digital illustration over on his channel. You can look him up at Marcus G. That's his channel here on YouTube. And I think he mentioned he was going to be taking requests, but don't quote me on that. Take a look at his channel. Go hop over to his stream and take a peek. And yeah, enjoy some art today. Stay creative out there, everybody. All right. I'm going to try to gently erase some of my pencil marks now, just to clean this up a little bit. If you like anything you're seeing today, feel free to, I welcome you to share the stream, share any of my links that I happen to share. Just, you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that helps a lot by spreading the word through social and sharing work that you like. So share mine, share Marcus's. Get some more artwork out in people's feeds. All right. So. So now I'm going to come in here with a little bit of Copic marker and lay down some basic flesh tone for her. Fortunately, I did use an ink pen that doesn't necessarily play so well with Copics and with alcohol markers, so I've got to just be careful to not smudge or smear my inks so much. You might be wondering, well, if I knew these pens didn't play well with markers, why did I use them? I mean, you use what you got. I've got an eclectic collection of art supplies that I have collected through any combination of sales or whatnot. And as I noted earlier too, I don't typically do the color directly onto the line art. So I'm still learning to take some of that stuff into consideration. But if you know that your line art isn't going to agree well with alcohol markers, you can at least kind of plan to work around it. It might not look as sharp as I would have hoped, but it also might just turn out pretty cool. Except the fact that my marker seems to be running out of ink is not very cool. Do I have another E003 over here? Well, we'll see how much we can get out of this topic, and then we'll move on to something else. Oh, see, you can see right there. I don't know if you can notice that in this view or not, but here, so you see a little bit of smudge right there, where my alcohol marker didn't play very nice with the ink pen. So I see Ahmed's now in the chat, so hello, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching a little bit of this today. I'm also flipping between what I'm doing and checking out what Marcus is doing, and he's got some good stuff happening over there on his stream as well. So feel free to hop between the two of us. It's Marcus G over on, that's his Instagram channel as well. So this marker is about dry, but as long as I can get it in enough places so that when I attempt to blend with something else, it doesn't look completely out of whack, I think I will be okay. It's brought in a touch of gray to it there. But that's okay. All right, I just lost the top to my marker. Not sure if it just showed up on screen there as it flew across the drawing board, but I will find that in a minute here. In fact, let me just see where that went. That's going to bug me now if I don't have a marker, if I don't have a top of my marker. All right, well, I'll have to get that after the speed is up. So let's see. So I like to try to use the little sketches that I have here just to do a dab of color and see what I want to use. And actually, I might use both of those on her. Of course, unfortunately, I'll end up also bringing in a little bit of pencil with that, but it's all right. It is all right. But when it comes to these markers and even a little bit of the watercolor stuff that I've been experimenting with, like with the watercolor pencils and stuff, it's been partly out of necessity that I've done the way that I've done it, because like I noted earlier, if I have some black ink on this page that is not going to necessarily play well with the alcohol markers. You know, like for instance, you can see there it's kind of dragging a little bit of the black into the yellow. So what I've begun to do in these instances is just do this sort of looser color application where it doesn't even fill the entire surface. It just kind of floats inside the line art a little bit, and I've actually been kind of digging that look. Like again, like I said, it's been partly out of necessity because I haven't used materials that cooperate or that always cooperate, but I've been kind of happy with the results. Let's see. By the way, I know there's a lot of really good artists out there that do streams, different art streams, and there's been a handful who I've been trying to watch whenever I have time. So if there is anyone that you really like that you've seen, feel free to put some links out in the comments for me. I'm always looking for new artists to take a look at. Or if you yourself have a stream, if you're also doing art and have been sharing it through video, whether it's here on YouTube or elsewhere, post some links. Share them with me, share them with the other viewers, all that kind of thing. Use the colorless blenders, but then I'll also use I'll go back over with and repeat some of my colors in areas just to help blend different things. I actually ended up using the wrong marker on her nose right there. I don't know if you caught that, but I didn't intend to use the yellow there. I wanted to use the original skin tone. But you know what? It's okay. It is okay. Move this area a little bit. See how much ink is left in this marker. This is my E003 sketch marker. I need to get some refills. All right. Where are we at on time here? It's about 11:45. We're almost an hour into this. I'm going to try to wrap her up, and then I'll probably duck out of here for a bit. But let's see. What is going on with my markers today? I need to go and clean out my assortment here. It's really wild. Every marker I seem to pick up right now is not in the best of shapes. So I might have to come back over this section with some pencil action in a little bit. Okay, here's my blender. Yeah. I hope. No. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife is trying to like sneak into here to pick up into the office to pick up a few things. So if you hear me muttering under my breath, I'm just talking to her. What are you trying to get? Okay. Need anything else? Okay, bye. Okay, let's do this. That was a BB04. You might have BB08. Let's use that for this section. I'm mostly using Copic sketch markers, although actually I've got a couple of Copic Chow markers as well in the mix here. And then you might have just seen a Spectrum Noir Illustrator marker make an appearance. Like I said, I have a kind of an eclectic assortment of art supplies that I manage to pick up whenever different things are on sale. I'm going to hop back over to the chat here in a moment, so if you have any questions or comments or things like that, feel free to throw them in there now. And I'll try to take a peek and see if there's anything there in a moment. All right, I think we're getting close, everybody. I'm gonna just throw in a little bit of background color. Not much detail, but color at least. Just gonna add a little more definition to these lines. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to put a little bit of grayscale in here too. I'm gonna grab some grayscale markers in a moment, and then I may actually go back over the stripes on her shirt here with some colored pencil just to give them a little extra punch. Let's see, let's go into the grayscale first. Grab a couple of grayscale. Hey, thanks, Marcus. Appreciate that. Yours is looking really good too. I like the digital work that you're doing. Yeah, it's really cool. If you haven't hopped over to Marcus's stream, be sure and do that. He's doing some digital work right now. Is that a request that somebody's made, or is that part of your 6 fan art challenge that I see going on right there? It always comes apart when you do too much. Trying to avoid that, but where did my blender go? There's my blender. That little bit of gray right there really messed that one up a bit, but well. So I'm gonna do a little bit of background now, which is basically just gonna be some gray strokes to give a little bit of an impression of the background. And then we're going to begin to wrap this one up. So get in any final comments, questions, anything like that that you might have. I'll look at the chat one more time before I sign off here. But I think we're I think I'm getting there with this piece. So I will scan her or photograph her or whatever and add her to the 6 fan art challenge template that I have going on right now. So make sure you follow me over on social media. I'm going to pop up those links one more time, and make sure you follow me in those areas, and you can see some updates to that challenge. There's a couple that are already out there. Afro Samurai, that's who Marcus is working on right now. Very cool. Says the guy who has no idea who that is. I'll admit it. I don't know who that is. I really got to sort through my markers and take an inventory of what's working and what's not. I hope if you're still tagging along with this stream, I hope you've enjoyed what we've been doing here this morning. Hope you've gotten a little bit of something out of it, whether that's just making fun of the idiot who doesn't know which markers are dry and which ones still have pigment, or if you have enjoyed the artwork at all. Try to do some more of these periodically. If there's anything you would like to see in a future drawing session, make sure you add that to the comments below, and I will get back over to those momentarily. I forgot I was going to do some more work to these stripes here, though, so I'm gonna just hop into there, grab some colored pencils, and let's see. Just do. That might just help dilute some of that purpley gray there that's bugging me. Maybe. I'm probably just making it worse. Check this. Don't know why I decided to come back here with the pencil and do this, but I don't know. Just felt like something I wanted to do. They don't have to be perfect, y'all. Just see what you can do with them. All right. I think I'm going to end it with that. Let me figure out where my signing pen went. Maybe I can use one of these. And that's it. There's your Doctor Who sketch for the 6 Fan Arts Challenge. I'm going to go scan that, add it to the template. You should see it a little bit later today over on social media. The links are right there. I'm crushing my head. I'm crushing my head. Yeah. So make sure you follow me. Again, Instagram later on. I'll try to do another one of these there. Try to do some more videos on YouTube as I'm able. Check out the chat one last time. And if there are no other comments or questions or whatnot, which I do not see at the moment, then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little while here. And stay drawing. Stay creative. All right. Take care, y'all.